welcome back. I'm playing Endless Space 2 and we're working on our campaign here. Seeing the changes for that occurred with the reawakening. We're going to keep hacking these guys over here. We've taken a relic over here. We're kind of moving this guy back and forth as I'm being schizophrenic, not being able to make a decision, but I'm finally going to commit and take one of these planets. So again, normally I'd take the huge colonizable planet with all that food, but I want to make sure that's available so I can just colonize it to complete the objective the Academy's going to eventually give me. So we'll take one of these worse planets, which is unfortunate because it's going to take a bunch of turns to colonize given our apathetic colonists. These guys are going down that way to kind of help us get to where we need to be. We're moving the populations out of that area because once you start to get into where that orange strip is, or brown, orangish brown I guess, then you'll start to suffer some over-colonization penalties, and you definitely want to try to avoid that, especially early on when you don't have a bunch of happiness buildings going, which can counteract it. Now typically you want to get the Academy Embassy because once it's completed you can start unlocking heroes. Now I typically find that it takes quite some time to start getting the heroes unlocked naturally because those ones are free heroes compared to once you unlock the market, once every, I don't know, 4 turns, 3-4 turns, 3-4-5, I don't know, I never really counted it, a hero will become available and you can just buy them. So for like the first quarter to first third of the game until the marketplace gets shut down, that's how I end up spending most of my money, is just buying heroes to be able to start making great governors, because that rapidly increases your ability to expand your building. It really expedites your factions here. So as you can see, the pirates now showed up. So had I colonized the other location, then it likely would have taken over Ingress there, and then I'd have to kill the pirates in order to take the other locations. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of influence going already, so I probably should have been spending this a little bit wiser, but we have one more turn until all those things are activated, or deactivated I should say, so we want to keep increasing our happiness there. Looks like we're going to have an election shortly. I rarely put much effort or thought into the elective process. If there's certain laws that you for sure really like, then you can spend your influence to try to, you know, do either propaganda or do other things to support certain factions to try to keep them, because if your government ends up switching the type of major parties, then your laws change and it cancels out the ones that you have going currently. And then I think what I was telling you before about capturing these places, so there's a couple ways to do it. Like I said, you can spend the resources to directly take them over. You can do the assist, which will give you a mission, or you can just declare war and kill them, and then you take them over that way. And if you militarize them and just totally conquer them, then you'll get their faction traits as well. And it just adds on, so then all of your population will get whatever trait they have. So it's definitely a great boon to your economy, especially if you find that there's really powerful ones out there. And then there's certain buildings called, I guess they're not technically wonders, because wonders in this game are something else, but as you can see, that one there, that endless, that has the border, that's only one of them can be built in the whole galaxy, and it's a race, so if you're the first one to build it, then it gets deactivated and becomes unavailable for any other faction. And if you're starting to try to produce those and the other different faction makes it, then you'll get reimbursed the money you would have spent on it, but that means you've effectively wasted how many turns trying to get that going. And now I'm just trying to decide what kind of research I want to do now that we're starting to get some things going. We're making 503 a turn, so it's starting to go a little bit faster than what I had originally planned. Now, as you can see, there's 2 locks here and 1 check mark. That means I'd have to do 2 more unlocks at that tier to unlock the next category. The red there, so if I took neural robotics, that's how I'd get access to the being able to start collecting those resources. But again, I haven't even conquered this place, so I don't think it makes a lot of sense to rush it necessarily. I do like the slag upgrade, so that allows my planet to specialize in, if it's hot, to get additional industry. This allows you to do trade. If you're building a trade or you have the spiral, typically you can make a lot of money with trade, especially late game. But I'm worried with these pirates being so close to me that they're just going to block my trade route, so I don't know if it makes a lot of sense for me to build those. But now that we're starting to get some of these higher tier resources, you know, I can upgrade their movement all the way to 11 now, so that's pretty good. So we'll change the design there. Kind of the same here. If I get on the movement, now it's up to 8. And then these probes, you have you know, it has 1 probe but 2 turn cooldown. These ones have a 1 turn, so that allows you to get probes out quicker. So I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I'm going to get these attack craft. Pretty much you have a defensive one, as you can see, attacker here versus the protector, so they'll soak up some attacks to help protect your other ships, but I'm not expecting to go to war anytime soon. Now I ran out of stuff here, so I'm only up to 90%. Start praising there. Get all these things going. As you can see, you know, it's 2 to take 4 there, so it all depends on how it's doing, but since it's so far away, I'm not getting great bonuses here. But any little bit helps, because even if I could get some partial resource, especially with my science, I think that could be a big boon for us. Got 9 turns until that's ready. It's coming from links. So I tend to just click through here. So we've got minus 15% system improvements, which is usually pretty huge. And then this one's increased hero experience, so that can be really good too, because I want to try to get that going as fast as possible. Alright, well, let's just improve image so then we can maximize that. The Academy wants to start negotiating with me, so if you have a bunch of extra influence and things, you can start giving it to the Academy. And then if you win, you can get the Librarian, you know, all those other different areas, and then they let you do different things. Now, with the Academy starting to give us the objectives, so this is the curiosities. We're already running around trying to take over the curiosities, so we should be able to complete this one very quickly. And we have a random event here, so now we got plus 20 happiness, plus 10% increased dust production, so this is definitely working out well for us. Our people are now static. Now, I don't have the technology unlocked to be able to colonize lava or toxic planets. That's why it says it's inhospitable. But if I unlock those traits, then I can start taking those planets too. Normally I'd have to have unlocked a lot of those other ones too, but because I have the first 2 tiers of technology unlocked in every area just due to my faction trait, that's why I can be a little more liberal with and lazy with not having to decide what order my tech tree is going to be. And maybe we'll get that going too, so I can explore this other location to see if I want to start sending another colony ship over there to keep maximizing my strength over here. Let's see here. So this will cost me 13 per turn, 26 per turn. I think I can afford both of those, to be honest. I want to definitely do the Dirty Hands to get the system improvement. So let me make sure that hasn't changed. So that's 140, 2 turns, 140, 160, or 560, I should say. So let's do this. Dirty hands. Boom. Yep, it dropped it. So 119. So it's not just going up the levels, it's with all the industry. That's what I thought. We'll start focusing on some science here. That'll give me additional resources. It's additional money per population if I have luxury resources. So that's always good, especially if I'm going to start hiring heroes. Yeah, and you have these different traits up there, so you can see like the one in white, that's usually like a mix. The brown one there is usually a negative trait, the long season. And then I think if they're green, that means they're good traits, meaning they'll give you buffs, so. Alright, we're still 8 turns away from being able to colonize that. So definitely feel those apathetic people going here. So I'm getting 63 dust, 8 manpower, and 60 science by having those guys next to me. So that's over 10% of the science we're getting per turn is from that right there. So that shows the importance of hacking and getting those guys going quickly and not just taking it over. Because if I end up taking that, then I can end up... I'll get one planet that's slow to be built up, but I'll be losing all those resources, which are unlikely to be as strong. But since they're almost maxed out, I want to start getting all those buffs going to Sierra's here. And now we're going to start getting our first free heroes. So we're going to put him down here. And we're going to give him that trait, because that's just pure industry, so that'll help build things quicker. And then with every building that you... So when you're the fleet commander, admiral, like what I have with our other hero, every location we discover, every curiosity, every battle we can complete, that's how they get experience, unless you get a trait that gives you experience every turn. The governors get experience by completing events and by having buildings and other things constructed on the planet that they're on. So that's how those guys end up leveling up. So if you do early buildings and planets that haven't had anything built up, then even using all those low tier buildings really quickly allows you to rapidly start leveling up your heroes. And then, like I said, once they get to be a governor, it can significantly improve the amount of industry while you're waiting for populations going, so it rapidly increases your expansion of different systems. Now we've got one of those things here, so I think we should be able to colonize a planet. And it looks like we only do the one, so let's get that going right away. Yep, we got a whole other system up and running, so that's excellent. Let's just get these things all going. Yeah, upgrade our ships here. That should be good. Probably want to upgrade his ship too. He's got 9. That increases the movement of everybody. Let's see, health bonus, repair ship after every phase. This is our beam weapons. Those are the basic slugs. I think we can do something like that. It'll cost 71 dust and 8 Hyperium to upgrade them if I do this. think that makes sense. Yep, I think I'm happy with that. So we'll start running them down here. Start taking this stuff over. And you know what? Now that I got this planet taken over, I think it actually is going to make sense to come here and here. Yeah, that shaved 3 turns off. Alright, so we got 1 turn for that to go. I'm actually surprised I got the hero. I thought I only got the free heroes once the academy was set up, but I guess that's not true, huh? Interesting. Let's see, 8 turns. Plus dust, so that would increase my science and dust production. Let's see, we still got 2 other technologies going. We did unlock the market. So I should be able to hire some more heroes. Now, I don't have exactly a ton of money going. I'm trying to remember how we do that. Oh yeah, the marketplace. Here we go. So yeah, there's 2 heroes for sale. One for 3.2 and one for 2.9. Things are in demand. That would give us increased money. That one gives us increased food. We are generating that. That should buy out, so I almost never use that. So let's just sell this off. That'll get us 1.1 thousand, so that now we're up to 2.4. We don't have any of this being generated, so I think we should probably just sell it off for the money. Gets us to 3. That's increased population. I mean, that's not bad. It's not great. Usually I don't have population issues. I think we're probably going to save that to get our things upgraded to the next tier, and that one will be very good, where I'd actually want to use that on my future planets. So now we have to decide which one we want. You know, you have these different traits here, so some are really good at being governors and other ones are really good at being admirals, so you got to see which one you want. I really like those guys, just from experience, because I know he has a lot of ability to help expedite our industry. So I'm going to put you down here just because I want to get this planet up and running as fast as possible, because I suspect I'm going to need it to start supporting the other planets as we continue to expand to the left there. We're actually losing growth, but that's because we're stealing population from this place to help get Ingress going. Alright, we're starting to get there. We're now the sovereign there, so other people won't be able to take it over from us unless they complete their objective. We are losing population there. We've got our little ship up here. So I'll run you over there. As you can see how slow his movement is because he's crossing those territories. Got lots of curiosities here to explore. We activated some sort of objective, so minus 10 science on the Empire, but we'll get a free technology in 20 turns. I generally think that makes a lot of sense, so we'll do that, especially with how slow our technology is. Or science is, I should say. Antimatter. Oh, we got the Horatio one, so pretty much you just take their little exploration fleet to one of your systems that has 3 population, and then you'll get additional population. This is the objective I was talking about. You have to put it on unique planets, and those are the planets that have the circles with the little ring around it. This is a really hard mission to actually complete because it's totally random with how the galaxy is on those special planets. So as you can see, it's like there's none over here except for on the main planet, which is the home world. I have one on my home world. I have to do it in 15 turns. So hopefully once we've colonized here, which will happen in 1 turn, I can then set off and colonize the next place there, and then it should give me the points to be able to do that. So we'll just increase the free movement in case I have to start doing that with him. It's like, well, I think I'm actually going to spend the Horatio fleet to spend the 2 turns to just get the relic captured. And then my main fleet can keep moving to the next area here to keep exploring things. The Luminaris are over here starting to explore a little bit, so that's a little obnoxious. Yeah, I think this is going to work out for us here. Yep, see, now it's been taken over. System colonized.
I greet you in the name of the 4.
The Luminaris have now discovered us. We were able to see them, but they weren't able to see us. So that will be able to colonize that in 2 turns, so that's fantastic. And that should allow me to complete the objective, and then I get a pretty high-tier hero. And then I think they have him sent out to be a governor, if I remember correctly, so then we'll just end up equipping him on this planet, and I think once he gets to a certain level, then you beat the next objective for the Academy. So it's definitely helpful if you kind of have an idea of how these missions are going to be spaced out. Oh, there's only 1 curiosity there. That's kind of lame. Yeah, I guess we'll run you down to there to start exploring that stuff. He's got 12 probes. That's pretty crazy. As you can see, I'm getting the strategic or luxury resources. I'm getting objectives. I'm getting all sorts of different rewards. When you find the luxury or strategic resources, you get some of them. -5, you have an 80% chance of discovering something. The other one, you get some dust, but then you end up having a chance of triggering a major event, and I definitely have, and most of those major events are bad, so I definitely try to avoid that if I can. Yep, alright. Send a fleet to the quest marker. Not sure where that is. Well, let's just send you over here. Keep exploring and keep leveling. But yeah, by turn 14 we have 4 different planets going. We've got max influence on a faction. I could technically take over those other factions to get these other places going by assisting or doing their stuff, but I don't know if I really have to. It's +5 happiness on fertile, so that's not a bad faction trait. Got 1 turn here. 1 turn left on these. Interestingly, the orange does not seem to be expanding that way very much. Alright, we should get the heroes going, I think. I forgot about that law, because we're still getting 46 influence. Let's see, it looks like I have to get 800 influence to be able to get to the Federation. So the Republic sets political parties to 2, but intensifies the positive effects of the laws. Effects of the laws, I should say. The democracy increases the laws and the happiness per people. So, and then you get a 50% influence to pass a law. Again, I'm going to try to go for a conquest win, so I always go with federations, because I just find that that's so easy to rapidly expand, because later on in the game you get a bunch of technology that'll allow you to increase the amount of planets you can take over, but it takes a lot of time to get to that, especially when you're playing this faction, which already has science penalties. So by going the other method, I think I'm going to be able to come out ahead and not run into being railroaded. I'm just kind of looking over here. So we got 3 turns. Move you over here to get a little more industry going. As you can see, this is brown, so it's purely negative traits there. I do want some there to get those luxury resources, though. But yeah, the plus 20% science for devoted populations and science, I think, is a good way to go. This one's just a pure science buff, so plus 10% generation, and then minus 10% technology cost would be huge for us for sure. We are actually getting some negative manpower with all of our colonizations that we're doing right now. We're at negative 60. Oh, fuck. Alright, so this is what I was worried about, is the pirates are starting to mess me up here. That's why I didn't want to do trading there, is I figured they're going to do the same thing with my trade fleets. He's leveled up, so that's plus 10 food. This one's plus 5. And then that other one's plus per population, but this place barely has any population. So that would give you 5 here, and then once we get these other planets colonized, that would be pretty big for us. Yeah, I think just focusing on the colonization is going to be the best way to go here. And then we can really maximize his abilities that he'll get as our governor. So I think going plus 5 per hot system, because that would be 15 plus another 15 for the 3 planets would be plus 30 once I get everything going there. So that's pretty significant buff. We'll start running you over here. Maybe you can actually populate those areas, because the Horatio like hot planets. Sorry about that, had to blow my nose. So again, I could take these guys over, but I think I would rather just keep getting all the resources. Got 2 turns until we can even take advantage of the red, so it doesn't make a big difference. I think I'll probably end up wanting to do some of this stuff here. So it looks like there's some science buildings there. That'll unlock the next tier. There's some antimatter over here. So maybe getting that going too would be beneficial for when I'm finally ready to get there for the next planet. 3.2. Don't have enough money for that. I can get system development, so I have enough of this deciduous trees, which will give me... I think we want to go with dust since I'm so poor right now. And the thing is once you select that, it's locked in permanently for the rest of the game, so make sure you select the right one. So, but yeah, the first one gives you a big buff to your economy. And it only takes 1 turn, so that's pretty huge for us. to get all this stuff going. Because that's going to add a bunch of income per every system there that we did with that benefit to the deciduous trees there. Ideally, I would have liked to do it with the void stone, but I just don't have enough of it yet to be able to consistently get that going. But as you can see, I'm getting 12 of that per turn, so I'll be able to keep pumping those out as I keep getting additional systems going here. We're still in first place, but the other factions are starting to catch up, because we were able to really skyrocket pretty quickly, but then we're starting to stall because of our low technology. But yeah, these are nice planets. They're all pretty powerful. Yep, the Luminaris are starting to expand towards us, unfortunately, so that might be a problem. I think we'll start getting some colony ships to start taking these areas to make sure they don't expand towards us. Start praising these guys, getting this all going. Yeah, I think we just keep, and it looks like this whole part of the galaxy we have is focused on getting dust generation, so that should help us for sure. I think we can just keep still greeting and not focus on a military yet. I am a little worried. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't be attacking this pirate fleet so they stop attacking me. Because I've already taken out one of my colony ships. I mean, these all seem pretty good. I mean, that's extra population, that's more titanium. And different parts of the galaxy will have different resources, guys. So you can see, like, down south here, it's all void zone. Up where I started, it's all those deciduous trees. Yep, so there we go. We got him going. So we just got that hero. And now once he's level 7, we'll beat the next mission. So we got to put him on this planet. Yep. So that hasn't changed at all. And look at that. He starts out at level 5. So he's already one of our best governors. So it's like we can get that. Now he's got plus 30 for science. Then we can get increased food and increased industry. And I think I'm going to just keep the relics free right now because I need them to help me boost my science. This guy's leveled up. We'll get our industry going. So now that's plus 30. Yep, that all looks good. These guys are over here. Start taking a look at some curiosities. Oh, we found some Horatio, that's good. Found some remnants, more population, and more adamantium, that'll be good too. Because that's, that and the antimatter is like the next tier, so the titanium and hyperium are the low tier special resources, and then the adamantium and antimatter, which are the red and orange, those are medium tier, and then late game is the purple and green for the, and that allows you to get the best weapons, best buildings, things like that. Now this one has the pure fleet movement. That's always something I like, so we're going to start getting that for sure, because that's just pure fleet movement, which means it doesn't matter where they're located. Alright, one turn in the academy will be done. 2 turns and we can get all that industry going. I think that makes sense. And then maybe we can start... So like I was talking before, this is a sterile planet, so he wants to be there. This one wants to be on a fertile planet, so we'll keep them there. So that just increased the amount of food that we have there. We'll start getting the other planets going to try to get that industry up, so then it'll be faster to build these other things. Yeah, we'll just keep going with that, get all that industry up. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end up calling it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you, and hopefully this is helping you get an idea of whether Endless Space would be a game that you're interested in, and whether you're going to want to play this as well. Have a great day.